Alright, so I don't know how this is set up. I don't know how it looks. I'm just doing this kind of quickly. There's a lot to talk about again. But let's just start with the fact why I'm not going back and forth with the camera today. Because over the weekend, like those of you that follow me on Instagram know, something happened to my back. Now on Saturday, my mom was coming over because my dad's out of town, so we invited her over for some barbecue. And before she came over, I had a nail appointment in the morning. And then it started at her house because one of her lights was broken, and usually you kind of sit there and you have like one hand in each light going like back and forth. Okay, so this time the right light was broken, so I can't even do it. Like crisscross my arms the whole time and like twist my body weird in order to do it. But during that time, I'm like, whatever. Like it was just weird and awkward, but it wasn't like uncomfortable or anything. And I'm 23 years old, like nothing should be happening. Anyway, so then my mom came over a couple hours later, so I was kind of just like, hey, just clean the bathroom quick again, just to have everything ready. And I cleaned the sink and stuff, I cleaned the mirrors, and I went to clean the toilet off. And I threw like all the cleaning rags into like the toilet and stuff, so I flushed it because I put some of that blue stuff in, that Lysol and stuff, to clean the inside of it. And some of it got like a little bit stuck, so I took the toilet brush and I kind of bent over and I was like trying to like clean it off and stuff. And as I go back up, I'm like, oh no. And my whole back was like right off. Like I literally, like I had to lay down, and I had that like one time before, right between my shoulder blades is where it hurt. And like I couldn't breathe, I couldn't do anything. And like at that time I thought it was like a muscle spasm or something, and I was like, great, same spot again as before. But like before, if I would take like a Tylenol or something and put some ice on it and switch it with a heat packs all the time and just kind of take it easy for the day, it will go away. So my mom came over and stuff, so like she did pretty much all the dinner stuff because Matt kind of came home late, so he just threw everything on the barbecue. I just kind of relaxed for a little bit. They like took turns trying to like massage the knot or whatever it was out, and sometimes I would feel better, sometimes I wouldn't. Anyway, so long story short, laying down at night in bed was the best part ever. It hurt to roll around, but that was the only time I didn't feel like crying from moving. Okay, so I'm like, this is the worst muscle spasm ever. So Sunday morning, I woke up and it was still as bad, and like I couldn't breathe without wanting to cry. I couldn't move, I couldn't sit, I couldn't lay down, nothing. So I was Sunday morning, I was trying to get a hold of people to get a massage because I'm like, maybe they can get the knot out, stretch everything out, I'll be good to go. Okay, so I found a girl, she got me in at like 1:30, and it felt amazing. Like it hurt as like hell, but it felt amazing while she was digging at it. But as soon as she was done and I was getting up, I'm like, it feels the exact same as before. Crap. And I was dreading this, but Matt was like, and my mom was like, hey, you gotta go to the Medi Center and like try to get like some muscle relaxing or something, because you're not gonna like do well with this. And I'm like, no, I know you guys are right. Like I can't move, I can't breathe. This is not a good thing, but I didn't want to take any muscle relaxing because they're hardcore pills, right? So I'm like, oh. So we went to the Medi Center, and luckily it was like empty, so no waiting time. And we went in, and my doctor was actually kind of funny. And so like he had me stand up and try and touch my toes, which was the most painful thing ever. And as I come back up, he's like touching my back, and I knew at that exact second before he said it, I knew what he was gonna say. And he said, yeah, you have like at least one rib out. I'm like, oh my god, I don't even know how I did that. And the funny thing is, like, I posted it on Instagram that my ribs were out, and everybody commented and was like, well, you guys did some hardcore baby dancing. And I'm like, no, I wish it was that exciting. I was freaking cleaning. So my doctor was like, yeah, so Matt, you can't let her do any more housework. I'm like, yes, score. But it was so painful. So what he told me is that go to chiropractor and get it back in. So that's where I went this morning. That's why I'm kind of like, I don't even care what I look like, because yeah, my face was like smushed on a freaking bench. I just threw on some eyeliner to like kind of make the camera a little bit more easy on me. So that's where I went, and I'm feeling better, but you guys should have heard the crack. And he said there's like 2 that were ready to pop all the way out, and the one that went all the way out. So when he cracked that one back into place, I've been to a chiropractor before, and they scare me like hell, because I'm like, if you crack something wrong once, I'm dead. Like my whole life is in your hands. So he cracked my neck because that was all getting stiff, and then he was like, hey, now we'll do the worst one first. I'm like, oh. And I was like joking around. I'm like, so how much is this gonna hurt to put back in? And he was just laughing, like not answering my question. I'm like, thanks. So anyway, like he had me laying on his back, did the whole twisting, hugging yourself, and he like pushed down on me. And I swear it sounded like somebody literally snapped the 2x4 in half. Like it was the loudest crack ever. Like the whole practice went quiet. And I'm like, oh. Like I was trying so hard to catch my breath again because obviously like they push everything out of you, and I'm like and he's like, are you okay? That was a huge one. And he was like, I don't say this a lot because like I deal with this every day, but that was an insane like out of place freaking rib. And I'm like, yeah. So like I can move a lot better, I can breathe. That's why I wanted to do this video, because I feel like I actually can without crying. I can move around. I'm still uncomfortable, and he said I'm gonna be for a while. He wants to see me in another week or two just to make sure everything's still in, because obviously like my muscles and nerves and stuff are all swollen around it, probably bruised. That's why I'm still hurting, and he said like to take it easy and stuff. So yeah, anyway, long story, but that's what's been going on the whole time. Otherwise I would have already done a video, but this time I actually have an excuse as to why I'm late. Alright, so enough about all my back trouble and what the hell has been going on. Back to my cycle. Okay, so today is cycle day 24, and in regards to this cycle, kind of a lot has been going on and kind of not really. So like you guys know, for this cycle we've just been doing the Fertility for men, and then for me, and then what else? Just temping. No OPKs, which is a lie because I found one and I took it and it was positive. But honestly, it was just a matter of I had to pee on it because I seen it wasn't used, and then I was done. Like I was done stressing about it. I didn't worry about it. It was whatever. So that's happened. Which was on cycle day 17. So on cycle day 17, I had that positive OPK, which I didn't mark down or anything because it was a different brain. I don't know how I react to them, and even though it was pretty much positive, like I said, I didn't really stress or whatever. I didn't put it anywhere and nothing. So on that cycle day 17, I had a pretty low dip, which is kind of like the same thing that happened last cycle, the whole when the hell did I ovulate? So as of right now, I think I have a couple pictures on my phone, so I'll probably just cut this randomly and insert the charts, how they progress, like every day when I put my tips in. So like I said, cycle day 17, I had a dip, and then from cycle day 17 to like 21, it was a slow incline. Now, it spiked up pretty high after that, the last couple days, which is why, like, Fertility Friend is saying I ovulated cycle day 19, which you'll see because of the crosshairs, which I don't agree with. My guess would be cycle day 21 because it was the last day before the spike. Maybe cycle day 20 because on that day I had a lot of cramping. So as for baby dancing, honestly, we have been pretty much on point with this. Like every second day, we haven't missed anything, and if that, like we even had like sex almost every day. It's not like not almost every day, but like sometimes in between there'd be like an everyday sort of thing, and then back to every second day. But yeah, this is like the first cycle that we've taken the whole baby dancing seriously enough to say every second day. But it wasn't like pressured or anything. It was just like us having fun and going like, hey, like let's do this to make sure that our last cycle on our own-ish, we did everything that we could do. Now, obviously, knowing that I ovulated cycle day 22 last time, and I know we stopped like right before, which is probably why we didn't conceive, because I figured we already did, and we didn't baby dance enough around that date. So if you don't baby dance, you can't get pregnant. So obviously I'm a little bit disappointed because I was hoping we could keep going, especially over the weekend, just to be past like cycle day 23 or whatever, 24, and have like literally everything covered, and my whole, like, because I had a feeling it was going to be in the 20s again for ovulation. So my goal, or our goal, was to have baby dance like every day for like those 4 or 5 days to make sure we literally covered anything and everything. But I decided to throw my freaking back out, so that was not an option. Obviously, like, we could have, because laying down it didn't hurt as much, especially not in bed. But I don't know how the whole movement of that would have affected it, and I'm sore enough as it is. So that's what happened, and I don't know. When you look at my chart, you'll see what I mean. So I've had people say cycle day 17 because of the dip. Fertility Fran tells me cycle day 19, and I think it was like 2021. So I personally am going off of cycle day 21 because last time I thought it was earlier, so did most of you, and then it turned out to be the later one. So I'm just going off the latest possible ovulation for right now so that I'm not disappointed and test too early and freak myself out. So that's kind of the plan when it comes to that. Now, as you can see, or I don't know if you did see it, I might not put it in until now, is what happened with my temps after cycle day 21. So that night, like into cycle day 21, well, no, into cycle day 22. The night of cycle day 21, we kind of baby danced a little bit later, kind of woke each other up like really late, and yeah, just did that. Anyway, TMI, but that's what happened. So this cycle so far, we've gone to bed really early, which means that I had to go pee really early in the morning. So I've been taking my temp at like between 1 and 2 a.m. ish. But we literally went to bed somewhere like 9 o'clock. Just because like match job and stuff, like there was just a lot like with that, and I tend to adjust to when he goes to bed, and then that's how my whole month goes, because obviously like I can't be like, let's go to bed at 9 o'clock and temp at 1 a.m. and then all of a sudden I want to go to bed at like 11, and then there's no way of getting 3 hours of sleep before I need to take my temp. So whatever happens at the beginning of the cycle needs to happen for the rest of the cycle. So that's kind of what's been going on. So now that night of the 21st cycle day, okay, what happened was, like, because we baby danced so late, I don't think I got a solid 3 hours of sleep. I really don't know. Like, I was exhausted, I was tired. We had a long day that day and stuff, so I was exhausted, so I can imagine that I slept pretty good, but I don't think it was 3 hours. Anyway, so I woke up that morning and I took my temp, and boy oh boy did it spike. I'll put the chart in right now. So as you can see, I also posted that picture on Instagram, and honestly, if you're on Instagram and you haven't seen it yet, or you're not following me, you should. I'll put the link in the description box for my Instagram. So I was making fun of how high the temperature spiked, because I'm like, there is no possible way it could go that high. Like, it was me not sleeping properly and whatnot. There is no freaking way. And I was like, I'm going to disregard the temperature. Like, there's no point in keeping it in there. I even had like people commenting going like, are you getting sick? Like, you look like you're about to have a fever. And I'm like, no, I feel completely fine. I don't know what that was. I can only explain it as to being because I didn't sleep enough. Okay, so that was cycle day 22. So cycle day 23 was then when I had the whole back issue. So I was exhausted all day from pain, and like when I went to bed, laying straight in bed was fine, and our mattress kind of took the pain away, which is amazing. Like, I could still feel it, especially rolling around, but I slept pretty much like a dead person, and I still woke up perfectly to take my temp, which I did, and it was still pretty high. It went a little bit lower than the day before, but it was like still in the same range and still insanely high. I'm like, okay, so yesterday's temp couldn't have been off too far then, because today's temp is actually that high. So that was kind of funny. So I kind of kept the temp in for now, just to kind of see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to disregard it later or what I'm going to do with it yet, but we'll see. And then today, lo and behold, I'll put that temp chart in right now. So yeah, it went even higher than that. And I don't know what's happening. I feel fine. I don't feel a sickness going on. I don't feel like obviously I'm in pain, but like literally I know I'm sleeping good because I wake up refreshed. I'm not tossing and turning a million times, like, because right now I would notice when I'm like turning, because I do. So yeah, I don't know what's happening with this, so it's kind of weird. And I'm not trying to get my hopes up too high, because I kind of went back because I'm like, when did my temp ever spike that high after ovulation? And I came to the conclusion that it was the cycle that we conceived our angel baby. It was the same, like not the same temperatures, but the spikes were pretty much the same. It was like literally a slow, I think like only 3 temps went like a steady incline just before ovulation. And then I had that huge spike going on, and it was like around the same 0.6 degrees. And then even from 2 to 3 DPO, it was the same like 0.3 or whatever. So I don't know. I'm trying not to get my hopes up too high, but it's really hard. I'm trying to still stay relaxed about the cycle, so we'll see what happens. Now that I'm feeling a little bit better, and now that ovulation is for sure confirmed, I am planning to start my progesterone cream tonight, which also has me worried because I should have done research and I should have asked people if they had any side effects, because apparently there is a bunch. Pretty much it mimics like pregnancy, I guess, and you're nauseous, you might even throw up, sore boobs, all of that fun stuff. So I'm like, oh, but I'd rather take that obviously and get pregnant than not like lose the baby again or whatever. So we'll see. I'll start taking it probably tonight. I'm gonna ease my way into it. I know it says like half or a quarter of a tablespoon or teaspoon. I'll have to look that up, but I'm gonna go nice and slow and not like shock my body into the full dosage right away. So I'll definitely do an update video on that, probably like Friday-ish or something. Now this week is a little crazy because like I'm gonna have to go for another massage appointment to try and loosen all that stuff up now that it's like fixed. And then on Saturday is our fertility appointment. Yes, it's that time already. It's crazy, and this weekend has been hell in regards to it, because like I said, I was doing some spring cleaning out through all paperwork, and I found that package that they sent us like back in November, because our original appointment was supposed to be in December, which I moved because I wanted some time just to have fun on our own before like reality sets in of fertility like treatments. So yeah, then I noticed a fun little note that said, please pre-register 2 weeks at this phone number or your appointment will be canceled. And I'm like, what? Like, they moved my appointment and I told them it's fine. Does that count or does that not count? And it was a whole different phone number, and I was freaking out. And it was Friday at like 4:30 and they closed at 4, and I'm like, so I left a message and I had to wait all weekend, like stuff, almost said the wrong word. Like that always happens over the weekend, doesn't it? Like when you're just freaking out and you need to wait till Monday. So, I called in this morning too and everything was fine. They didn't cancel my appointment yet, so we're still good to go. So for that day, my mama's coming over. She's gonna bring her dogs and just hang out at our place to take care of like the horses and Bailey and stuff, because it'll be a long day. So, and she's also driving us, so we don't need to pay for parking and stuff, so which is awesome of her. Love mom. So that day I am planning to vlog as much as I can. I'm gonna have an empty SD card. I'm gonna make sure my battery's charged. I'm gonna like film as much as I can and have that ready, hopefully edit it maybe either, yeah, that night will be late, so probably be out like Sunday or Monday. Hopefully there'll be another video explaining what's been happening with the progesterone so far. If you want more like recent updates or faster updates before the big updates go up on here, make sure you follow me on Instagram. It's Fran and the Journey to Baby, with like every space being an underscore. But like I said, I'll leave the link in the description box down below. So exciting week going on. What else? Okay, so if I did conceive, oh my gosh, like I was just texting Leanne this. Okay, first of all, congratulations to Emily for giving birth to her little cute son. I can't wait to meet him. And to Leanne for giving birth to her twin girls. I'm like in heaven with babies. So I was talking to her, and because she asked me like, so if you ovulate then and then what's happening. So I think my due date would be like end of November. And because I would have conceived in March, if it really was cycle day 21, which I think it was, then that would mean that I, like, the Chinese gender prediction would be a little girl. Which is like way exciting, but like I said a million times now, I really don't care what it is as long as we get to have one and it's healthy. That's all that matters, really. Like, I've never met those words more than I do after our miscarriage. And I think that's it. I think that was all that was exciting. Like I said, I'll get that video up in regards to side effects of the progesterone cream and what my temps are doing on Instagram and on here, hopefully this week. And then on Saturday, I will be filming as much as I possibly can of our doctor's appointment or like before and after or whatever. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Fingers crossed for everything. And oh yeah, let me know in the description box again. I loved when you guys did that. It was so nice to interact with all of you, especially because there's been so many people commenting that I didn't even know watched my videos. So please comment. I love when you guys do, especially reading new names. I try to get back to all of you. So let me know when you guys think I ovulated, if you think I'm right with cycle day 21, if Fertility Friend's right with cycle day 19, or if you think that, like some of you think it's cycle day 19. So I hope to see you on Instagram, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!